Welcome back, guys, to another edition of the Captain's Talk. I know it's a little late. My editor had a concussion through the week. Jordan and I were busy with work, but we're gonna give you the rundown in like 10 minutes or less. A lot of news has happened over this past week, and let's just kick it off already. We're gonna start with the NHL, where opening night was Wednesday. The Capitals destroyed the Boston Bruins 7-0. Leafs, Canadians played as well. Flames, Canucks, and the Ducks and Sharks also played on opening night. Scores from last night: the Stars won. My Dallas Stars won 3-0 to the Phoenix Coyotes, and then the interesting game yesterday was actually the Capitals and the Pittsburgh Penguins. That went to overtime, and the Pittsburgh Penguins won 7-6. Doing the injuries on the start of the NHL, Corey Perry's out for the Anaheim Ducks for 5 months. For the Blue Jackets, Seth Jones is out 4 to 6 weeks, and then another injury happened throughout, and there's a suspension on a Capitals player for 20 games, and he just upheld it, so he gets to play until further notice. Out of the NBA, Butler asked for a trade to the Miami Heat. We have no more information on that. We just know that the Suns could be on a 3-way trade with them, and the Rockets is also as well in the hunt for Jimmy Butler. And yesterday, Kyrie Irving says he is intended to stay with the Boston Celtics. Lots of baseball playoffs have just started. The AL wildcard game was just amazing. Wow. I never thought I love a game so much, but that's how those things go. Brewers won in extra innings 3-1 over the Chicago Cubs, and the Dodgers beat the Rockies 5-2. Now in the AL bracket, it's the Rockies versus the Brewers and Dodgers versus the Braves. Yesterday, Game 1 has started for two series. Two series. Brewers lost to the Rockies. Brewers actually won against the Rockies in extra innings 3-2, and then the Dodgers took care of the Braves 6-0, I believe, in Game 1. On the other hand, it's the New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox, a great rivalry that hasn't happened in the playoffs since 2004. So I expect a Game 5 out of this. And the defending champions, Houston Astros versus the Cleveland Indians. And my predictions is Colorado Rockies will beat the Brewers, Dodgers will beat the Braves, and then the Dodgers will beat the Rockies in the AL championship series for the Dodgers to go back to the World Series. I had New York over the Oakland A's, and they're in a wild card, and they in that wild card. And it's going to be Yankees and Red Sox. I have the Red Sox winning in Game 5, and I have Astros beating the Indians, and then I have the Red Sox beating the Astros in the AL championship game, and it's the Dodgers and the Red Sox for my prediction. I have the Dodgers taking it home this time instead of them losing in Game 7. Going to NFL now. The game of the week last week was just amazing. Jared Goff this went off. And I think he deserved Player of the Week last week. And the Rams won 38-31. Colts choked it in OT. I saw the game. They choked it. But the Texans win. They end their 9-game losing streak. They won 37-34. The Packers shut out the Bills 22-0 after the Bills shocked in the NFL world against the Vikings. Cowboys beat the Lions on a last-second field goal. They won 26-24. Patriots defeated the Dolphins 38-7. My upset pick: Bengals beat the Falcons by 1 point, 37-36. Jaguars beat the Jets, and Leonard Fournette is out at the second quarter, and now he's out for Week 5. The Jaguars won though 31-12. Titans beat the Eagles in OT 26-23. They came back from like 17 points down. Bad call by the refs. I have no idea. That should have been a first down, but the Raiders pulled it out at the end, and they won an OT as well, 45-42. The Browns should be undefeated. I'm just going to put that out there. Seahawks beat the Cardinals 20-17. Saints beat the Giants 33-18. Chargers over 49ers 29-27. Ravens beat the Steelers 26-14. And the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Not his prettiest game, but they still pulled it out against the Broncos defense. 27-23 Chiefs. Week 5 started yesterday. I know that for sure. Patriots, Tom Brady got his 500th TD pass to Josh Gordon, the former Brown himself, and the Patriots beat the Colts 38-24. Sticking with Week 5, the games of the week this week are the Cowboys and Texans, Jaguars and Chiefs. That'll be the most interesting game, and the Dolphins and the Bengals. I have Cowboys, and I have the I actually do have the Jaguars winning because of their defense. Remember, defense always wins championships. I have Bengals over the Dolphins, and my upset pick this week is the Raiders over the Chargers. Injuries and signings throughout the week. We had the Panthers signed Eric Reed to the one-year deal. Earl Thomas suffers a leg fracture. We don't know how long he's going to be gone, and Ty Offert twisted up his knee against the Falcons, and there's no timetable. I think he's out for the season. That leg injury just looked gruesome. And O.J. Howard is going to be out for the Bucks. He's going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks because of his MCL. We're going to go to Week 5 college football. Texas won. I know that for sure. I'm trying to think of games right now. I'm sorry. I'm going to just look this up. While I look this up, we got week 6 games of the week. We have actually, let's start with players of the week. We're gonna go with for week 5. We have Kyle Murray, who threw for 432 yards. He's 17 for 21, and he has 6 TDs against I believe it's against Baylor. And he ties Baker Mayfield's school record on that. Sticking with players of the week, I personally have my friend personally, Eno Benjamin from Arizona State. He had 30 carries this past week. He rushed for 312 yards with 3 TDs, and that 312 yards sets a new school record for rushing yards in Arizona State history. Congrats, Eno. Wiley is proud of you. I got some scores now. I'm sorry for that. Oregon, number 18, Oregon is playing California 42. Beat them. Sorry. Start over. Oregon beats California 42-24. LSU takes care of Mississippi State 45-16. Number 10, Washington beats BYU. That was my upset pick, but BYU just didn't show up. They won 35-7. Miami beat UNC 47-10. Colorado takes care of UCLA, and Chip Kelly does not have a win yet for UCLA. They won 38-16. My upset pick, Clemson. That wasn't my upset. I'm so sorry. My God, I can't talk today. Syracuse was my upset pick. They were there, but they choked at the end. I'm still proud of the Orange though, but Clemson still takes care of business. 27-23. Lawson should be the starting quarterback this week after taking a hit and leaving, and Brett had to take over for the Clemson. Number 20, Michigan State beat Central Michigan 31-20. Alabama takes care of Lafayette 56-14. West Virginia beats Texas Tech 42-34. Kansas gets defeated by Oklahoma State 48-28. Georgia takes care of Tennessee 38-12. OU beat Baylor 66-33. Texas beat Kansas State 19-14. Auburn beat Southern Miss 24-13. Michigan beats Northwestern. That could have been an upset 20-17. Virginia Tech takes care of Duke after they lost to Old Dominion. That big shocker. 31-14 over Duke. The big games. Ohio State takes care of business by beating Penn State by 1 point. Notre Dame really takes care of business. 38-17 over Stanford. And another big game that's not between top 25 teams was UFC versus Arizona, and UFC won by 24-20. And the games of the week this week for week 6, We have number 5 LSU, number 22 Florida. I have LSU winning that one. Notre Dame and Virginia Tech. I have Notre Dame beating Virginia Tech. And finally, here in Dallas, Texas, it's Texas Longhorns versus OU. Let's go Longhorns. But I have OU actually winning this game. Not very proud of that, so I'm just gonna take it off. But I think Texas is back. Texas is gonna be back for sure if they beat OU in the Red River Rivalry. And we actually had a question this week from Bro Plays 8. What's your upcoming predictions for the future NHL game for the seasons? And who's your Stanley Cup? I have on the Eastern Conference. I have the Capitals, the Stanley Cup champions from last year. I actually had the Capitals and the Las Vegas Golden Knights in the finals, and I had Capitals winning. They ended up winning. I'm just so happy for Washington. They've been through so much. They're just like Dallas. Not a lot of championship teams for a long time. So that one's for you. I'm glad for number 8, the captain, Obi, and Holtby. All those players, Orlov, everyone was just tremendous. They had a great opening night. Their defense looked sketchy against Pittsburgh last night, but I think they already scored 13 goals, and it's just 2 games into the season. I think they're just doing great. Pittsburgh, and I got Toronto. I got the Pittsburgh Penguins winning the East, actually, Bro Plays. And I think looking at them beating the Capitals, is their offense is great. They just need that little touch up on defense, and they'll just be fine. On the West Coast, I have Vancouver Canucks. I know the Sedin twins are out, but they got Roussel. They got all these players that are still good. I think they still have it. As much as I hate to say it, the Anaheim Ducks, they're really good. I know they're a big rival of the Dallas Stars, but they actually, Corey Perry, I know it's going to be back. They're going to be strong. They have Patrick Eves. They have Gefslog. They have all these amazing players. They have what it takes to win a cup, and I'm just surprised they haven't won yet, but they have what it takes. Winnipeg Jets, I know they lost in the Western Conference last year to the Las Vegas Golden Knights, but Winnipeg Jets will be back this season to make a statement. And of course, I'm not trying to be biased. I'm being so unbiased here, but looking at the Dallas Stars last night, their up-pace tempo, their defense, Ben Bishop, the Arizona Coyotes had a great offseason, acquiring some good players to build into the this season, and I think the Stars took care of it a lot. We got help with the post. The post blocked like 3 shots, but Ben Bishop went for like 30 for 30, and just shut out the Phoenix Coyotes. And I actually have the Stars and the Penguins in the Stanley Cup Bro Plays, but I do have the Penguins winning the Cup over the Dallas Stars in like Game 5 or 6. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of the show. Wrap up. Next week, I would actually be starting the show from American Airlines Center with full highlight reels from the Dallas Stars and the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Jordan will be back next week to record episode 4. Steven, hit it!